Good morning. It's March 10th. This is Jimmy Skogard, and I'm bringing you episode 10 of Grassroots Rising for the month of March. Yesterday, I talked about the center, where the truth resides, and today I want to talk about breaking the binary. It's basically a concept is we are stronger together. History shows us that we're stronger together. Let's take a look at what happened after when Pearl Harbor was attacked. The country came together, and the United States started working together, and we became the most powerful, most respected nation on earth with ideas that span generations. And now, we have to ask ourselves, are we truly stronger together? And if we're truly stronger together, why are politicians trying to divide us? I mean, history is telling us something, and it's up to us to realize that when we want to affect change, like we have this massive deficit right now looming over us, we need to address that issue, not allow a group of billionaires to tell us what's best. We need to look at it from the standpoint of what's best for you and me. How do we do that? How do we come together? Well, I think first of all we need to reject the idea that division is good for our country. It's not about us versus them. It's just about us. When we realize that the fact that when we are stronger together and that we can accomplish, the impossible if we set our minds to it, it becomes a mission of unity rather than a mission of division. So therefore, this campaign is about looking for that unity. How do we find that unity? How do we share that message? And I think that's through conversations. It's through conversations like this. Granted, this is kind of a one-sided conversation. You're not being asked to participate, but you are reading or listening to this conversation. So this is a conversation. And I want to guide you to conversations with your neighbor, with your friends, in the coffee shop, in the pub, about joining together to solve our problems, to utilize technology to bring your voices, to aggregate our voices together, to find those ideas that we can use to solve the problems facing us. The idea that we have a Congress that can abdicate its responsibilities and let those responsibilities slide to the executive branch is foreign to me. I think that the three branches of government survived and got us to where we're at for 250 years. And if we're going to make it into the next 250 years, we're going to have to take back that responsibility in the legislative branch. It's not something that we can abdicate for a team. We need to think as individuals, and as individuals, we need to represent the constituency that selects us. So if you're selected by a constituency of voters, you need to reach out to that voter with whatever tool that you have. I've said it before. In Wyoming, if we need a tool, we build it. And if the tool is broken, we fix it. And right now, we need that tool to aggregate the voice of the constituency to help guide the representatives. And the representatives that have become complacent and I don't know if they're incompetent or not, but they've become complacent in their position in politics. I'd like to see that end. I'd like to see a pure, a true path. You have a certain time frame to get your agenda accomplished, and your agenda should be that of the people that have elected you. And if the people that elect you change their mind, they should have a method. They should have a technique enabled by current technology to share that with you, so that you can move forward, and recover the agency of the legislative. The legislative was formed under Article One, and Article One says that Congress is where the power of the purse is. Congress established the taxes. Congress establishes tariffs. These things begin in the House of Representatives because the House of Representatives is supposed to be the most responsive to the people, and yet we see not responsive to people, but responsive to party, and that to me is a mistake. When we divide our constituency, we're easier to control, and that may be the underlying reason for the division that we see. And we should ask, is this rhetoric designed to divide me? And if it is designed to divide me, why is division being preached or published? And that is the question that we as as citizens need to be asking ourselves why. What is the point of the division? What is the underlying reason behind the division? Is it to stoke distrust, to provide a kind of a concept that only one person can save us? That is incorrect. We must recover our agency as citizens and take charge of our future again. This is how we do it. We do it through conversations one with another until we can agree that we need representation that represents the ideals of you and I, not the ideals of a privileged class, not the ideals of a single person, not the ideals of a think tank, but the ideals of all of us. It's up to us to do our research. It's up to us to find our positions. It's up to us to understand what's being asked of us, and then it's up to us to act in our power. Basically, we are the fourth branch of the government. Whether that branch, could be arguably be the press or something else, but in actuality, the fourth branch is you and I. And so we have the ability to basically clean out Congress and restart the system and say, let's look at these rules. Do these rules make sense? If these rules don't make sense, let's change the rules. Let's get this process going. Cause a little bit of a shakeup, perhaps, maybe a little bit of instability, but maybe that's what we need right now, rather than allow a certain party or a certain individual to take over our government. We need to reassert control and say this government belongs to all of us, not just a certain few. Just because you're a wealthy individual, that doesn't mean that you control the thought process of America. It doesn't mean you control the voting processes of America. It means that the Americans, the registered voters, the folks that participate in our system of government, have decided to take their responsibility seriously. Anyway, I thank you for listening to me today, and tomorrow we will jump into a little bit of a continuation of this topic. Please consider volunteering at skoguard2026.org/volunteer, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.